Halloween is coming, and that means one thing: pumpkins. Now, I am not quite the fairy godmother, so I can't flick my wand and create a pumpkin from thin air. So that means actually the Pick Your Own Pumpkin Patch starts now. Now this October, and in time for Halloween, we are doing a Pick Your Own Pumpkin Patch to raise money for the farm. And these are my pumpkin plants. Now yes, you will be looking at these going, oh Jeffrey, they look terrible. And I agree, they do. They're 6 weeks old. I haven't looked after them properly, but I have grown pumpkins before from plants like these, and all is not lost. I've got 300 plants. Most plants at their peak will produce about 10 pumpkins. So that's 3,000 pumpkins. Now these guys are not going to produce 10 pumpkins because I haven't looked after them properly, but I'm betting on around 5. That's still 1,500 pumpkins. So we're going to get these into the ground finally. I love a good muck heap. This is 2-year-old rotted cow manure, obviously we will store in. So I'm transporting it from here to the patch. Now you might be wondering why I haven't cleared this patch and how I'm planting them, and I'm going to tell you why. Firstly, I am a bit of a lazy, or you could read efficient, gardener. And there is no point cleaning all of this out just to put pumpkins in here. Pumpkins are voracious feeders. They will grow extremely quickly. So it doesn't matter that the little plants are just in little plugs of manure, because very quickly they will start to expand and scramble across everything. The second point is pests. If I was to clear this entire field and then just put down these mounds and these pumpkin plants would then be very obvious to anything that wanted to eat them. As it is, they're kind of a little bit more hidden away until they get going. The last thing I want to happen, especially with our heat wave, is that the plants get just pulled out and then they frazzle up. Once they've established themselves, they can take a bit of nibbling, but until then, I want them to kind of disappear into the undergrowth. Also, when it comes to October, most of this foliage and these daisies and the dock and the thistles, they'll have all died off. And also, even the pumpkin leaves will fall off. So they will just leave then a field, this is fingers crossed, they will just leave a field of lovely, lovely pumpkins for people to come and pay and pick and take photos. So that is the pumpkin patch plan for this year. I'm hoping it's going to be a success. Obviously it's the first year we've tried it, so I still need to grow the pumpkins and then sell the tickets. The pigs will now need to move because I've just about filled this patch, so I need to move the pigs over so I can start doing it on the patch they've been in. But it's all coming together. So many of you know about the eye infections my sheep have been having due to the hot and dry weather. And they're not alone. I actually wear contacts, and when dust gets in my eye from the dry weather, it's really debilitating and it makes it really hard to do things on the farm. Which was why I was super happy when Tool Freak sent me 2 pairs of glasses to try out. The first are these Rebel polarized glasses, and they're really good for reducing glare, and these are what I tend to use on a daily basis. They fit really well, they have a big wraparound so you're not getting dust and stuff in the side of your eyes. They're light, I like that they're bright as well because I lose stuff constantly, so the orange actually stands out, and I found them really good to use on the farm. They're also super comfortable, and in this baking heat wave we're having, very good to be using when I'm out in the hot sun. The second pair are the Reka smoke lens, and they're better for construction work. Again, they look very similar, they're a comfortable fit, they're lightweight, but they have on top a padded membrane around the inside, which not only feels nice on your face, but it means that when you're doing construction work, or I've been using them when I'm lawn mowing and strimming, just so pollen and dust doesn't get in the side, you've got kind of this close fit around your face. Both of these glasses are available in the US, and the Rebel Polarized is also available in the UK. And if you follow the link in the description below, you'll get 10% off your order. So we're just inside the cabin, and I wanted to show you quickly the butterfly project. So here is our tub that we had the caterpillars in. You can see the vast amount of chrysalises that we've got. Normally this hangs down. Look at all of those. But I also glued some on to these sticks. So this is our little butterfly wall. And look, the first one has hatched. Just here, look. And it is a small tortoiseshell. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of paper on the wall. I'm going to tape it on the wall. I'm going to mark it as I let each one go, and then we'll get a tally of how many butterflies we've managed to raise and release this year. It's a few hours later, and today is obviously the day, because there's quite a lot, and if you look at the chart, you've now got 10. I think this one may be ready to go. So let's take him out. You going to be ready? Oh no, he's not, look. His wings are not quite firm enough. So let's put him back till he just firms up. And there seem to be sheep in here. Come on, out we go! Out we go. So this area is where the great pumpkin patch of 2022 is going to be. And you will walk through these gates, and then all of this will be pick your own pumpkins. But I didn't want this yard or this entranceway just to be blank. I wanted to in some way landscape it, which is why I put in the 2 raised beds, and these had my daffodil bulbs in this spring, and I've also got some fruit trees and stuff along this fence line. Now after the daffodils had flowered, of course I don't want to dig them up because they're perennial bulbs, so they need to stay in there, but I didn't want these beds to go to waste, so I was umming and ahhing and thinking, well, what can I put in there? And I suddenly had a little idea: sunflowers. Because of course, actually, sunflowers and pumpkins will be in season at the same time, because we don't have a cold snap that early to kill the sunflowers. Actually, you'll come through to these gates and these beds will be full of sunflowers, and then you go through the pumpkins, and it means I might even be able to sell guests bunches of sunflowers when they come as well. So we're going to start getting them in. Now before you say it, yes I know, the sunflowers look pretty darn weedy. But I treated them like complete crap last year, and it actually worked out for the better, because rather than growing nice and tall, they grew short and had smaller flowers on them, perfect for bouquets. So the plan is to plant all of these out into this bed, and then I will direct sow. At the moment this soil is so dry, I didn't want to direct sow. I want to get these established, then I'll be watering them every day, which means the moisture will then move through to the rest of the soil, and then I'm more likely to have success with direct sowing. And then of course when the season is done, I will just cut the sunflowers off at the base. That root will stay in the ground and just mulch down and rot. Next year I'll throw in some mulch on top, and our daffodil bed will be ready to grow again. And if you're looking to make money on your farm, then check out this other video where I made flower bouquets with barely any flowers.